Welcome to all here in the session of mathematics. In today's session, we'll discuss linear programming problem, which is commonly known as LPP. The LPP can be solved in two ways. The first one is graphical method and the second one is simplex method. In today's session, we'll discuss graphical method. Here it has given one question. You see, first question is, suppose the maximum z is equal to 50x1 plus 60x2. You have to solve this LPP graphically. Here this function itself is known as objective function of the LPP. Okay. Next one, this objective function subject to the constraints. Two inequations are there. They are called constraints of the LPP. You see, x1 plus x2 less than equal to 5, x1 plus 2x2 greater than equal to 4. These two inequations are called constraints of the LPP. Next, you see, two non-negative restrictions are there. That is, x1 greater than equal to 0, x2 is greater than equal to 0. That means the value of x1 and x2 should be greater than equal to 0. Now, we will solve this LPP stepwise. In the first step, step 1, first you have to convert these two inequations into equation. That is, you have to mention here, taking, this is the inequation 1 and the inequation 2 is this one. Taking the inequation as equation, we get x1 plus x2 is equal to 5 and x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 4. Now here these two are equation. Now when in the equation, when x1 is equal to 0, what is the value of x2? That implies x2 is equal to 5. So 0, 5 is one of the point on the line x1 plus x2 is equal to 5. Again, if x2 is equal to 0, then what will happen to x1? x1 is equal to 5. Okay. That means the table, if you write these 2 points in the table, then this one looks like here x1 and x2. If you construct one table, when x1 is 0, x2 is equal to 5. When x2 is equal to 0, x1 is equal to 5. This is the table 1. This should mention here. Next, second equation. Second equation here, it has written x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 4. Now, when x1 is equal to 0, that implies 2x2 4. Then x2 is equal to 4 by 2, that is 2. And when x2 is equal to 0, then x1 is equal to 4. So you can construct another table, table 2, you can write there. This is x1 and x2. Here when x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 2, and when x2 is equal to 0, x1 is equal to 4. This is the table 2. Now from this table 1 and table, taking these 2 points and these 2 points, we can draw 2 lines, that is named by L1 and L2 on the graph paper. So you should mention here, that is the step 2. In step 2, so first step already we have completed. In the second step, we'll write here, taking the values of x1 and x2 from the table 1, from the tables 1 and 2, we have drawn two lines on the graph paper named by L1 and L2. Okay, we have written here, already mentioned. Now take these 2 points 0, 5. When x1 is 0, x2 is 5. When x1 is 0, x2 is 5, that is the 0, 5. So this point, and another one is 5, 0, 5. When x1 is equal to 5, this one is 5, 0, B point. Now we'll draw the line here. This one is the line, and here next one from table 2, x1, when x1 0, x2 is 2. When x1 is equal to 0, x2 is 2. This one is the point, that is 0, 2. And when x1 is equal to 4, x2 is equal to 0, 4, 0. This is the point 4, 0. So we'll draw another line, that is L2. This line is L1 and this line is L2. Okay, we have already completed 2 lines on the graph paper. Now this line, this is the plane. This line L1 divides the plane into 2 parts. Whether the solution region contains the origin or not. What is the coordinate of origin? All of you know that the coordinate of origin is 0, 0. That means the point 0, 0, whether satisfied by the inequation or not, we have to check from the inequation what is given in the question. So you see here 0, 0. You have to put here, you have to replace the value of x1 and x2 should be 0 and 0. So when you will replace x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 0, what will happen? 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 is less than equal to 5, that is less than 5. Whether the statement is true or false. 0 is less than 5, it is quite obvious. So therefore this is true. That means the origin satisfied by the inequation 1, that means L1. So L1 satisfied the origin, that means towards the origin solution region are there. That means we have to put a small arrow mark towards the origin on the line L1. Here we have already marked the solution region towards the origin of the line L1. Next, whether the line L2 satisfied the origin or not. To check this one, we have to replace x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 0. Why? Since the origin, coordinate of origin is 0 and 0. That is the value of x1 is 0 and the value of x2 should be equal to 0. Here putting x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 is greater than 4. This statement is a wrong statement, that is false statement. So therefore origin does not satisfy by the line L2. That means towards the origin the solution region are not there of the line L2. That means the solution region or feasible region, you can say solution region or feasible region of the LPP opposite to the origin of the line L2. So this is the direction towards the origin and this direction opposite to the origin. So you should put a arrow mark, tick mark, arrow mark towards the opposite direction of the origin. Okay. So now again given non-negative restriction, you see here x1 and x2 greater than equal to 0 means x1 is greater than 0 and x2 is greater than 0. That means the solution region or feasible region lying in the first quadrant. So in the first quadrant and downward to the line L1, upward to the line L2. That means which region? You have to shade this region. This region is the feasible region or solution region of the given LPP. We have shaded here on the graph paper. You have to shade here. Okay. This shaded portion is the solution region. Now, what is the name of the solution region or feasible region? That is named by A, B, C, D. So you should mention here step 2 already we have written. Step 2 already we have written. The step 3. You should write step 3. The inequation 1 satisfied by the origin 0, 0, whereas the inequation 2 does not satisfy by the origin. So inequation 2 does not satisfied by the origin, but inequation 1 satisfied by the origin. Hence, you should mention here, hence the feasible region, the feasible region is the shaded portion A named by ABCD. We have named there ABCD as shown in the figure. In the graph paper you can write, in the graph paper. Now we have to find the vertices. In step 4 we have to find the vertices of the feasible region. In step 4 the vertices, now the vertices of the feasible region are, the vertices of the feasible region are A. What is the coordinate of A? A is 4 0. B already 5 0. C already on the line x-axis and y-axis, that's why already 0 5 are there, and D having the coordinate that is 0 2. This one is 0 2. So all these vertices already we have found. If they are crossing each other, then we have to solve there, okay, to find the vertices of the feasible region. Now we have to find the value of, in step 5 you have to find the value of objective function z. Now in the step 5, at these vertices we have to find, in step 5 you see, step 5 we have to find the value of the objective function z at the vertices of the feasible region are given by, now you have to find at 4 0. So you should write what is the value of z. Here z we have in the question, z is equal to 50x1 plus 60x2. So z at A denoted by likewise z at A. What is the value of z at A? That means 50 into x1. So at the point A, x1 is 4, x2 is equal to 0. So 50 into 4 plus 60 into 0, that is nothing but the 200. Next, z at B. So z at the point B is equal to 50. What is the coordinate of B? B is 5 0. So therefore 50 into 5 plus 60 into 0, that is 250. Next, z at C. What is the value of coordinate of C? That is 0 5. So 50 into 0 plus 60 into 5. x1 value is 0 and x2 value is 5. So that 50 into 0, 60 into 5, that is nothing but the 300. So value of z at D. So what is the value of z at the point D? That is 0 2. 0 2 means x1, the value of x1 is 0, and 60 into value of x2 is 2. So 0 plus 120. Now he is asking in the question maximum z. Which one is the maximum among all these values? which value of the z is maximum. You see, this one is the maximum value. Which one occurs at the point C? The coordinate of the C is 0, 5. Hence, the feasible solution. So you have to write here the feasible solution. Which one is the feasible solution? You should write here the maximum value of the objective function of z 300, which one occurs at the point C, that is the point having the coordinate 0, 5. Hence the feasible solution of the given LPP is z maximum. You can write likewise, z maximum is equal to 300 at the point x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 5, that is C at C. You can write that is at C 0, 5. So that's all for the solution of the given LPP. So in this way you can find the solution of any LPP, and that one occurs at which point? These are the main answer. Z maximum Z is equal to 300 and x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 5. If you will face any doubt in this problem, then you can message me. So until then, goodbye. Thank you.